Yeah, there you go, friends. Doc South here at the old smartphone, the handheld computer that spends a lot of its spare time in my back pocket. Actually, I don't normally do that because I'm always afraid if I sit down a little too fast, I'll hear this awful snap. And that'll be my smartphone going. That'll be it. So I tend to keep the darn thing in one of my front pockets in my on my jeans and keep everything else out of that pocket, just the phone. And there seems to be just enough room that the phone can rest there comfortably between assignments. It's kind of the break room, yes. Uh, but I was just I. It's interesting how different generations have different things going for them. Again, I have a smartphone, but again, it's way smarter than I am. But isn't it interesting to look at the kids, um, the younger people, and see how they are masters at these things? I and the phone is totally it's an absolute wonderment to look at and to say, gosh, you can learn just about anything you want to learn, uh, activate just about anything you care to activate with a smartphone. It's sort of like your I don't know. It's hard. It's your in a way. It's kind of like your. It's like a mechanical brain sitting there working just for you, and I mean one heck of a brain at that. Interesting. And the present generation, the young folks, seem to know how to work these things like there's no tomorrow. Um, Me, I got a. Well, I'm lucky I get these videos done, like I said. But gee, I'm trying to think my generation, what were we big on? Whew. I think we were kind of big on the idea of maybe it's not such a good idea to be in wars all the time. Well, the Vietnam War thing, there was quite a bit of protesting. Of course, many brave soldiers went to the war, and generally, if you asked them later in life, they didn't necessarily think it was that necessary a war, and a lot of people got killed, and yeah, and that's sort of a shame. And but it was good. I think my generation did a lot to help activate the military to get it to where almost war is impossible. I mean, unless you want everyone to die, uh, it's uh, it's a bad idea to. I mean, if that's your idea, well, one way to do it is to just start pushing all the darn buttons. And I think my generation kind of got into the idea of let's not push the button because look what will happen. And and that seems to be holding. Knock wood. Now, my father's generation, they saw all those tyrants, Hitler and Japan, and oh gosh, I think well some trouble with the communists, and they pretty much kissed the girlfriends goodbye, the wives goodbye, and the kids, and they were kids, and they went off to war and kind of put an end to the idea of what would be world war, which you get right down to it. It they had an awful chore to do, but they did it. And there's since then there really hasn't been any. There's been wars, but nothing of the scale that we saw in World War II and even World War One. It's interesting. Oh well, and then there was a generation before that, the of the from the Great Depression, who started figuring out better ways to work, and they kind of brought the working problems, the workaday problems uh, into what would the right word be? Well, into a kind of solution that they were, that there were ways to figure it out. to have less hours, better working conditions, better pay, maybe not working 7, 8 days a week, that kind of thing, and and the like. I don't know. You go back and back and back. You go back to the Civil War. The idea that a lot of that was fought over just basic rights for all different kinds of people within our country. Pretty interesting. And then eventually, the Revolutionary War, we didn't want to be we didn't necessarily want to be part of a kingdom, or we wanted to be our own country, and the like. I don't know. I think all in all, people are progressing nicely, and to where nowadays, actually, our days now in the the 2025. Jeez, actually, the world's in within reasons in pretty good shape. Sure, there's some spots here and there where things could be a little better, but for the most part, for the most part, the world's kind of laid back now and just kind of doing its thing. I don't know. Just interesting. Again, this could just be gibberish too, for all I know. Maybe a true historian, and I'm certainly not one, could shoot holes in everything I've just said. But it does seem, in the grand scheme anyway, it seems like things are getting better between countries, between people, between races, between man and woman. It just seems like things maybe are getting a little bit better. Get right down to it. I don't know, maybe. What can I say? Doc South here, and I'm going to find some more videos to do for you too. I've got a rare day off, and I think I'm going to use it wisely, knocking out I'm hoping to get 3 or 4 before a day is done. Yeah, no, I got a day off, for crying out. Yes. Okay, I'll see you later. Well, actually, when I say I've got a day off, the truth is, within a supermarket chain, there's stuff I can do that I can do almost every day. So it makes, rather than, what I try to do is do a lot on certain days, and that way I don't have to come in. Get the dairy case looking good, get the frozen, helping with that, helping with produce, get the carts in, that kind of thing, and just do the little simple chores that, now that I'm older, it's probably the best thing I do. So I don't know, kind of hard to explain, but all in all, life is good and seems to be getting better. Huh? Okay. Catch you later. Bye now.